morning, y'all. Welcome in. Y'all know what time it is. It is Wednesday, and guess what? Coffee's in conversation with your boy Joe Lockett right here live at the Filter Coffee Parlor, and right on time. She brings my coffee. How y'all doing this morning, man? Y'all know I got an exciting show lined up. We have some of the best guests in the world comes on this show each and every week. Hey, hold on. Before we even talk about this, y'all got your coffee ready? Grab some with me. That's good. That salted butterscotch from Filter Coffee Parlor is the what? Is the bomb. Now today, I got one of my good friends, and I call him like a brother. And today, if you're in a bad mood, today, if you're not feeling well, right, we're going to get you the way you need to go be, okay? Because the things that this brother has done on the level that he is magnificent. If you don't know who I'm talking about, if you haven't been watching my promos, I'm sick and tired of y'all and told you now. Watch my promos, share the stuff out there, clicking. Right, matter of fact, right now, why don't you just go ahead and follow your boy, okay? I got the best show out there. Ain't nobody drinking coffee in the morning, bringing y'all guests like I do. Follow the show. Now, for the ones who didn't know, the one and only, the nominated, Grammy nominated, let me get that right, because you knocked me upside the head. Alvin Garrett, Roll, Slide, Roll is in the building. And if you don't know what that's all about, it is one of the best line dances out there that's gaining popularity all over America. And today, I'm wondering, can he teach me how to do the roll, slide, roll, roll, slide, roll. Yeah. You know, we ain't popping no more damn fans. We ain't doing that. We ain't pop, fan. You know, that's nice. I'm happy for the brother. But we got another brother. I got a new line dance out, roll, slide, roll, y'all. And I'm challenging y'all. It's real talk. I'm challenging y'all about who got the best slide in the roll, slide, roll. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But so y'all sit back, grab your coffee, man, and get ready to learn a little bit more about Alvin Garrett. But also, I want y'all to watch us after the show. We're going to do a post show, some videos. And I want y'all to know, I got to learn how to do this roll. It's like, it's a roll, slide, roll. Step to the right side, step to the, I don't know the song. Let me do this. How about this? Why don't I just go ahead and bring the one and only Mr. Alvin Garrett in? What's going on, man? How you doing, bro?
I've been holding my laughter because you know you crack me up, man.
Yo, man, what is going on, Mr. Roll, Slide, Roll?
Man, I am having a wonderful time, and I am sipping my tea.
Okay,
I'm on that tea,
man. But I'm so happy that you're able to come, bro. Like, I know you've been on the road. I know you've been roll, slide, rolling with everybody all over the country, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, and you came in today and did this for your boy. I appreciate you, man.
Always, man. We go back.
We do.
We go back.
We do. But here's the thing. When I called you, right, I don't know if you was on the road or where you was. You said, when you need me.
Yeah.
Let me look at my schedule. I got you. He said, I got you.
Every time.
Yeah, you
Every
do.
time.
Yo, man, so how's the new album going?
Man, you know what? This is the second single that I've dropped this year off of an upcoming album. The first single I dropped this year is called You Give Me Life.
Okay.
Look, nice groove. Yeah. But when we dropped this roll, slide, roll, it just caught on.
Do you think it's because of the line dance movement that we got going on in America?
It's the tempo, it's the line dance. Right now, everybody wants to have a good time.
Yeah.
People want to dance.
Right.
And the trail rides, the line dances is all the rave right now. And so, you know, of course, I'm an R&B guy, but I had to give them some tempo, something to step to in an Alvin Garrett kind of way. I got my own sound, but I had to get into the move. And so this record, Roll, Slide, Roll, it gets you moving, right? It gets you moving nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Nice
so what was that last single that you had, bro, that went to the top of the charts?
That was Till I Get Back to You.
Yeah.
That was Till I Get Back to You.
Yeah.
You know, we had By Myself back in the day.
That's my one right there.
By Myself.
Yeah.
And of course, many songs for other people, for other artists. Oh, and something you probably don't know, my brother. Right now, I am nominated for Song of the Year for the Stellars for a song I wrote called Clap My Way. So as a writer,
You're paying five. You're paying five.
See, I'm ducking in. You don't even know about it.
No. I know.
Yes,
You're
sir.
paying five.
Come on,
okay,
man.
Because who? Joe Fantasia? Should I go on?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else you doing? They don't understand the power of the pen.
The power of the pen. Gospel and R&B.
This boy has wrote some songs, y'all, that y'all don't know that the other artists are singing his stuff.
That's right. That's right. And so I'm really excited about
congratulations,
this
man.
current nomination for Song of the Year, which is a great
Song of the Year.
Yeah, man. Clap My Way by Michael Lee. So,
Okay.
he's up against some amazing gospel artists. So, just to be named and to be associated with Song of the Year in any genre.
Yeah.
Any genre.
Yeah.
Is a major accomplishment as an
How
artist
do
or as a
somebody
writer.
come to you and say, Alvin, I would need you to write me a song? Do they inbox you? Do they, it's a connection? How does that work? Or you got an agent?
It really doesn't. There's no one way to do it. If somebody reaches out directly, I may or may not do it. But most of the time it comes through relationships,
Okay.
Either through a producer. Like in this case, this particular artist was working with my production partner, Fred Jerkins with Dark Child,
Okay.
who's written for, Michael Jackson and Brandy and
just
J-Lo.
go ahead and name drop. Go ahead.
Just name drop. But I'm his go-to writer.
Yeah.
And so a lot of gospel artists that I work with in tandem with Fred Jerkins III, who is Rodney Jerkins' brother.
Gotcha.
And so a lot of my awards, a lot of the major projects that I work on comes through that relationship. So that's encouragement for everybody. Know your circle, because your circle may be closer to your blessing than you. So you got to bring something to the table. So you see what I'm saying?
Let's do this, Alvin. For people who have never seen you when I was on radio, but people didn't see when I did my first podcast, right? I want to go back just a tad bit with you, my brother. How long you been in this business?
Officially in the business, I'll say officially 2002 in June, when I left my corporate job.
Okay.
To live, die, eat, breathe, sleep music, right? Because I've been playing music all my life,
right?
But it was in 2002 that I said that music is going to be how I eat, and that's a big difference. You see what I'm saying? When you know that now it's a business, it's an everyday hustle. If I don't do it, then I starve. You know what I mean? And so for me, it's been since 2002 that I can officially say I've been a musical entrepreneur, not a musician. I've been that all my life.
Right. And here's the thing that I wanted to get into with you before we slide roll, right? I want to talk about the journey that it took for you to actually be able to do this, the understanding wife, the understanding kids, because you did this while you were married. You know what I mean? And so there was ups and downs. Right. And when you walked away from your corporate job, for people watching this, because I'm a proponent of, if you're married, don't leave your corporate job when you got a family. You know what I'm saying? So how was that conversation with the wifey, right? And when things were bad, how did that go? So when you first told your wife, baby, done.
All right, so let me give you my timeline.
Okay.
Because that's not actually my story.
Okay, talk to
my
me.
Story is I left before getting into a marriage or a relationship.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I saw that, think about it. This, you going back to 2000, 2002. This is pre-American Idol, pre-Ruben Studdard, pre-Just a Few Cats blowing up, right? Before all of the great stuff happening. I had to step out on faith for myself first. I'm like, if I'm gonna do this, I gotta first take care of myself. And what is faith if I wait until it's comfortable, if I wait until I got people depending on me? So if you come into a relationship with me, you're not coming in and I'm changing on you. You coming in knowing this is what he does. This is who he is. And so that makes it, that's a big difference. Okay. So I got married after a couple of years being full time.
So you was an entrepreneur singing before you went into corporate?
I was an entrepreneur doing everything. From weddings to playing the bass to producing to writing, whatever it took for me to be stable myself as a business person, so that going into a relationship, I'm like, hey, I got you. I'm gonna make you some promises that you never have to worry about, but don't get in the way of my pursuits, because I was doing this before you came along. Matter of fact, you met me doing this, and I'm gonna continue to do this. And so, 20 years later, I'm still doing what I do.
So she met you pre-American Idol?
Post
American
Idol. I left my job pre-American Idol. Okay, so for those who don't know the story, Ruben Studdard and I were bandmates prior to American Idol. And so we were doing Just a Few Cats and doing local festivals and things of that nature. And so I left my job the summer of 2022. He followed me and we began partnering, doing local concerts and promotions. A couple months later, he goes off to American Idol 2022 and wins in 2023. And that was the beginning of the fanfare, the 205. And I was right there touring, being his musical director. And so that's when my career as a musician took off, and as a musical director took off. But before that, I had to step out on my own faith because there were no tours, there was no fanfare. It was only me and my dream and my hustle.
Right.
And there was no wife and kids. So, you know what I mean? I didn't go into a relationship not stable myself. You know what I'm saying? And not able to pass those promises along because I made myself a promise.
Right.
I'm going to have a roof over my head, clothes on my back, food on the table, a car to drive, and some insurance. That's my promise to me.
Okay.
And then that's my commitment to anybody else in a relationship with me, certainly my kids and the missus. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so I don't know everybody else's story, but I know that the basics have always been stable.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The basics that give me the opportunity not to argue about my faith and my dreams and to continue to evolve. And I have evolved over the past 20 years from being a working musician where I'm doing weddings 30, 40, 50 a year to where I'm investing in myself to become an artist. And that's a whole different grind.
Right.
That's a whole different grind, man.
How tough was it for you to, how do I want to put this? To know that, okay, I'm about to blow up, but I'm in love. I want to marry this woman. And picking the woman to be on that journey with you, knowing that it was going to be a little bit more difficult.
You know, man, if I got to go that far back, I'll get some good questions. Most people don't ask these kind of questions.
Still like it, baby. So it's coffee and conversations.
You know, to me, you know, being raised by, I was raised, I would say, a successful family, meaning that my parents are still together. I saw demonstrated how a man should treat a woman, how a woman should support and treat a man, how I was treated as a child growing up. And that's, you know, my experience. Okay. And so I pulled on that experience. And the first thing I learned from my dad was work, provide for the family. You know what I mean? You don't have to give excuses and explanations when you're first doing that. If you're doing that, then you have a solid foundation because no matter what else you do, if you're failing to take care of the family, then now you're making excuses, and that starts to mess with your manhood when you asking for permission because you're falling short on the things that you're supposed to do as a man. So I've always made sure that if nothing else, I'm not going to over dream and make rash decisions that put my mortgage, that put all of these promises at jeopardy, because now I got to talk to you on that level. I'm just keeping it real. Now I got to explain and get permission to dream, and I'm not going to do that because now that starts tearing away at my spirit as a man, right? And I'm not going to do that. And I've never done it because I've never had to give excuses. I've never had to give excuses, but that requires me to be responsible as a business person. It requires me to dream with strategy and hustle every day so that I can have the freedom to say, if you support me, do it. If you don't worry about it. Because that's not required. My promise to you to provide for the family is my promise. So I don't wake up every day expecting affirmation or permission to dream. That's what I'm going to do. That's who I am. And that's just been how I stay focused.
No, I love that, man, because I wish I had to talk to you and had that focus. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought I had the game plan. I thought I had the blueprint, right? But it was similar.
Right.
It was missing some pieces.
Right.
And it was the family component because I felt when I got married that you should already understand if I couldn't do certain things, and that was it's a package deal. But what you said, right, as a man, the package deal is cool. However, it is your job to provide regardless of what your dreams are.
Correct. And I learned that from my dad. And I can't say that as anybody else's lesson, but that was my lesson.
You just taught me something, because when I sit back and I look at my marriage, I don't like you right now.
But don't think that makes it perfect. That doesn't make it perfect.
But I'm just saying, but I've never said this out loud. I put my marriage on the back burner, bro.
Okay.
For my entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Right. And I expected her to understand.
Okay.
Without me explaining the dream often. You know what I mean? This is what I'm going to go do. I'm doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I walk out there and go do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when I come home, I got to deal with the coldness, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I created a situation. Well, from what you just said, and a lot of men do watching the show today, a lot of women, we create our own situations without knowing that we have created a situation
Right.
because we the man. That was good, bro. I appreciate you sharing that with me, man.
And that's just a framework for, not saying for a perfect marriage or a successful marriage. It's a framework for a mindset.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
to
yeah,
where how do I enter a conversation when we have issues?
Mm-hmm.
It's at least this ain't on the table. So I
Right.
can stand up as a man and be respectful, be loving, not have to agree,
Yeah.
but at least I can look in the mirror and say, but I ain't missed that mortgage. And a lot of people don't value that anymore until it's not there.
Right.
Until they don't have it. Right?
Right.
And so for me, it's more so is how can I position myself
Mm-hmm.
with some type of pride as a man,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I was taught is that,
Wow.
hey, if I'm not taking care of the family, if I'm not doing what I need to do, getting up, working every day,
Mm-hmm.
then what am I doing? You see what I'm saying? And so, yes, entrepreneurship is challenging for anybody in a relationship because it's unpredictable, right? But my goal has always been for certain things to not feel predictable or feel unpredictable, rather feel hit or miss.
Wow.
You don't have to think about, did you get the mortgage this month? Or are we going to have health insurance this month?
Right,
or my tires broke down. Like, you don't have to ask those questions. Those are guaranteed as long as I'm breathing. And then when I'm not breathing, they even more guaranteed.
Wow.
So
you know,
everything else is up for
people drinking their coffee right now, bro, and they sipping.
Mhm.
Right. Not just not sipping the coffee, but they're sipping the things that you're saying right now.
Okay.
The tips that you're giving them, man, because this conversation over coffee this morning is more than just we roll, slide, roll. Because I told you we're gonna roll, slide, roll into this thing. And I'm gonna learn to dance. But damn it, I'm learning how to actually be a better man.
What you're learning is the roll, slide, roll.
Okay.
Think about it. Now I'm going to break it down real good for you.
We're gonna get there.
What we've been talking about is the roll, slide.
Okay, go ahead.
Because if you listen to the lyrics, of course we're gonna do the dance. But if you listen to what I'm saying, it's talking about teamwork in relationships. It's about being 10 toes down, no pressure. It's about saying not dropping the ball, no fumbling around, being about that business. We got a winning team when it's you and me. So let's roll, slide, roll. Life comes at us fast. We got to bob and weave as long as we bobbing and weaving together. So if you go listen to what I'm actually saying, this is the perfect roll, slide, roll conversation. Absolutely. Because it's about saying, who are we as a team?
So is that where the song came from?
That's the inspiration behind the song in terms of the lyrics. Me? Absolutely.
Wait a minute. Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So that man up above talking to me, right? Because guess what?
You tapped in, brother. You tapped in. If you listen to the lyrics of the song.
Go ahead. Now tell me the lyrics of the song. Tell me how it goes.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now, in this game of life, you got a man that'll treat you right. I come strong when it's time to fight. In sync, always by your side. In this game of love, I got a woman that'll hold me up. Rock solid, no folding up. 10 toes down, no pressure. We can't lose when we move the way we move. I love it when you step right. Bring it back with a love slide. Then we roll, slide, roll.
You know something? What I want to see right now, bro, is couples that's in sync. Roll, slide, roll.
Come on, man.
No. Couples that are in sync, bro. They need to roll, slide, roll, because if you 10 toes down with your mate, I want you guys to go. I want you guys to get on TikTok right now. Don't play with me. Grab your coffee, put it down, grab your husband, go out and go. Where can we get the roll, slide, roll at?
It's streaming on all platforms, man. Roll, slide, roll. Alvin Garrett, look it up.
Okay, yes, no, I'm serious, y'all. Right now, don't play with me. Okay, I want y'all to go out there right now, look at the video, learn it, listen to the words. If that is you, I want y'all to get on TikTok, tag my boy Alvin Garrett, okay?
Yes,
tag him,
yes.
right? But I want the couples challenge of the roll, slide. If you 10 toes
like
down,
that, the roll, slide, roll couples challenge.
Yeah, roll, slide, roll couples challenge. If you 10 toes down with your baby, I want to see y'all roll, slide, roll. You know what I mean? Let's get that. Put it on TikTok. Make this man go viral today. Let's get it.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about. But I'm glad you asked, man, because I've been looking for the opportunity. While people dancing because people don't always listen.
That's
to
why
lyrics.
You came out the road to come holler at your boy.
Come on, that's right. Because I knew we could talk. We can have a conversation.
We can have a conversation.
Yeah,
but I had no idea that's actually where that came from.
Uh-huh.
So were you seeing? Now, let me ask you this, because I've loved to sit down and talk to people who actually do these projects and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I get to sit down with one of them. Y'all conversation with me, okay? But Where were you and what were you doing when the idea roll, slide, roll, and the words came to you?
Man, I was actually working out,
Okay.
no lie, and I had struggled with my producer. Shout out to my man Gerald Langford, who gives me some great music to write to. I couldn't come up with an idea, and so I was working out, and honestly, man, it was just like roll, tide, roll, roll, tide, roll. Like I just felt. I didn't have the song. I just heard roll, tide, roll, roll, tide, roll. And I was like, wait a minute, roll, slide, roll. Wait a minute, football is like a winning team. Wait a minute, I can write a song about this. Literally, that's how it came to me. It started with me just hearing roll, tide, roll.
Wow.
I'm from Tuscaloosa, everybody.
Yeah.
Roll Tide. Shameless, unshameless, unshameless plug. Very proud plug. Roll Tide. Thank you, baby. But I'm born and raised in Tuscaloosa. A lot of people don't know that because I've been in Birmingham so long.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I've been here since college. So, most people that know me as a Birmingham person, but I was born and raised in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Graduated from Central High School. Okay. And so that's my roots, Tuscaloosa. Right. So roll tide. Okay. Roll slide. So it really came along. But as I was thinking about the culture of a championship culture, I said, this is how you need to approach relationships. If you want to have a championship culture in relationships, which is what my new album is all about. It's called Talk to Her Like This. It's an R&B record. So the whole premise behind it is making music that speaks from a male perspective, that's respectful, that's vulnerable, that's loving. How I feel. It's how you're supposed to talk to a woman, but I'm using music to do it. So I'm framing all of my songs in that context. So when I had this idea, I'm like, okay, how can I make this a stepping song, but still fit the album concept? You see what I mean? And that's where I came up with the roll, slide, roll idea.
So when you say concept, okay, so when you come up with a concept for an album, what is that?
All right, construction, right?
I used to be.
Well, I'm saying, but you understand it. So you have your architecture phase where you're getting your drawings.
Okay.
Right? And before you start putting in work, you want them drawings to be perfect. Because if the drawings are off, then everything everybody else does is going to be off as well. So the concept for an album is like that blueprint that says, when this is done, what is it going to look like from marketing, my pictures, the colors, my interview conversations? Like, what am I going to be doing, and how does this project have some stability and some form to where people know what it is? Because if I just go throw a bunch of material out on the ground, that ain't a house. It has the potential to be a house. Same way with music. It has the potential to be an album, but if you're not intentional and know what your vision is for the whole project, then it sounds like a hodgepodge of just songs thrown together. I never make projects that way. So this concept of Talk to Her Like This, I thought it through from the beginning, and so that all of my ideas can help build that.
So do you have to sit down and write a song that fits within that concept?
It's a frame of mind. It's when I'm producing the music and I lay out to my team, this is where we're going, this is where I'm headed. Give me something that sounds like this. So I make all my choices from the music production
to the concept.
So
the concept comes first.
Concept comes first, or the concept comes after just randomly writing songs, and then a picture starts coming together. But once I decide I'm going to do an album, I've made a decision about the album concept. You know what I mean?
How many songs does it take to make an album?
I would say about 7 to 11. Some people make 20 songs and that type of thing, but 7 to 11 puts you past like a short EP. You know what I mean? 1 to 5 is where you start looking at short EP, but 7 to 11. So this project will have about 11 on it.
And this project's called what now?
Talk to Her Like This.
So Talk to Her Like This. Where do I want to go with this? Because Talk to Her Like This. What was the concept that made you say, okay, are you talking to your wife?
Her is any her. Her is any her.
But her is any her. But where did the her come for you from?
Well, I just want to make this disclaimer.
Sure.
My music is not always personal.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
you can't listen to my music and think I'm talking about my wife. I'm just be honest with
Right.
you.
So sometimes you just see stuff
I just talk in
in
concept
general,
and
or what you're
art
thinking maybe, or it's an art form. Okay.
because I want you, the listener, to
Mhm.
see and hear yourself and
Mhm.
see your woman in the music. So
But
it
you
ain't,
are the music though.
yeah.
When we listen to you, because I'm believing what you say. Because when you told me
Oh,
step
yeah.
right and roll,
Oh,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm looking at you.
Yeah, but you may not always find a autobiography that goes along with a song.
Gotcha.
You understand
Okay.
what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
by
yeah.
myself. Let's talk about that.
That's my-
I
that's
do
my-
have a story,
Yeah.
a personal story that I haven't shared because it's personal. But I've gotten thousands of testimonies of what that song means to
To
people
them.
who hear it.
Yeah, yeah,
To
yeah.
me, that's what art should do. It shouldn't be just tethered to my experience.
Yeah, yeah.
What is yours when you hear the song? And so, talk to her like this is a concept that is bigger than Alvin Garrett. It is a frame of mind to how I believe women should be
They
talked
talk
to.
to. I like that. So that's your philosophy.
That's a philosophy,
Gotcha.
right? And that frames all of the songs. And so I push a philosophy. Like, I still believe women deserve respect. I still believe no matter how powerful, how successful they are, we should still speak from a place of respect as a man with sincerity to the woman, right?
Yeah.
And not emasculate ourselves or be emasculated. So when I say talk to her like this, like I said earlier, from a frame of mind,
I like
right?
that.
Look her
Yeah.
in the eyes, be serious about what you got to say, stand 10 toes down, mean it, right? Have some pride about yourself. So that in itself is an experience for the man.
Okay.
That say, hey, I got to be able to tell you what I'm feeling, but I also got to have something going on inside of me that's all the way together.
So
You know what I'm saying?
So as you're doing this now, in your 40s, that pen is 5-5.
Mhm.
Are you writing different now, from a different perspective?
I am. I am. Right now, I let the music come to me, right?
Okay.
There was a time in my career where I felt a compulsion to make music, to listen to what's going on, to sell music.
Mhm.
And that was a hurtful place to be, where I felt like I had to integrate other people's ideas and try to see what radio wants, see what everybody else want. And then I'm hearing something different in my spirit. And I'm like, I don't fit in. Like, I'm not going to be everybody else. I'm not going to just do what other artists are doing just so I can be successful. So that's always been sort of a challenging place, because people say, go do gospel, man. You sound like a preacher. Just go do gospel. Then somebody said, well, you too clean for R&B, you know?
Right.
So I've been pushed. I've been going through that tug of war to where I got to a place where I'm like, well, I don't really care if I sell it. Let me get into other business ventures, because I'm good at other things. Let me shift my private business model to be able to take care of the family, and then just say, like it, leave it, take it, don't take it. This is me. And so, like, I go back to what I said earlier, I had to make some changes in my promises and how I deliver the promises to the household, so that I can have the freedom to say, I'm gonna write what I want to write. I'm gonna sing how I want to sing, and then my mortgage ain't gonna fall through the cracks. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So that was a
But that's a tough thing to say, Alvin.
it is.
It's easy to say it now, hindsight 2020, you being a Monday morning quarterback today. But to have that insight 20 years ago, knowing that's what you wanted,
Yeah.
bro, that's powerful.
Yeah. And I tell artists all the time, like, is this a hobby or is this a business? Because you can make money with a hobby, but your life is on the line with a business. Like, this is everything. This is how you eat. This is how your dependents eat. This is how their future is shaped. And so I've always driven my decisions by that. And that did lead me to some hurtful places, to where I felt like I wasn't good enough as an artist, because I'm looking at the bottom line. And I'm saying, I can't afford to take care of my family just being the Alvin Garrett. Looks good, sounds good, y'all love it, but is it translating into stability? And so that's where, as a man, I hit that low place. If I'm being frank with you,
Yeah, I did, bro.
if I'm being frank, I hit that low place when I felt like just being me wasn't good enough to pay the bills. So that's why I stuck with Just a Few Cats for so long. I can pay bills with that. I'm doing weddings, I'm doing corporate gigs. You can't do it better than Just a Few Cats did it.
Right.
But that was a solid business model, but it wasn't artistic. It wasn't my intellectual property. It wasn't my ideas. It was me singing everybody else's music, but it paid the bills. So I had to build that opportunity for transition to say, well, I'm gonna have to do some other things to make sure that I have stability, so I can start putting out songs that may or may not catch on quick until I get to that hit.
But see, here's the thing, though. I think I want to back it up just a tad bit,
Yes,
AG,
sir.
because you said the transition period, and I had to come to the realization that this ain't it, right? Because a lot of artists, entrepreneurs, right, they don't understand that even though you're not in the situation where you need to be,
Mhm.
that sometimes you can keep going, but the community you need is not going to support you yet.
Right.
So you got to go find something else that may be in line with what you're doing, or it may not be in line with what you're doing.
Right.
Right. And that was the thing for me. Right. I had to realize that media don't pay.
Mhm.
You look good. A lot of people may know you want to take pictures with you,
Right.
but nobody really want to buy advertisement or sponsor your show.
Right.
Right. How do you make money when everybody knows you, but you're broke?
That's right. And you don't
just
want to
got
tell
off radio.
nobody that.
Exactly. hey, you just got off radio, 3 hours, phone lit up.
Yeah.
Your power bill too.
Yeah.
Or you go home and your lights turned off.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It took a long time for me, and I guess I went through it. I didn't realize I was going through it, like you said, because I just kept pushing. I kept telling myself, you know something, God, if it ain't meant to be, take it.
Right.
He never took it,
Right.
but he did say, and I don't know if I heard the way him say it correctly, the way figure it out. You want this, I'm gonna keep giving it to you, but you got to figure out the other piece of it. So
Right.
that's why I kept going for so many years. And what you're saying right now, and the people listening to this as entrepreneurs, if you're a person that's going through a tough time, what would you say for them that this is their dream?
Right.
Loving it. It seems to be working, but financially, it ain't doing it. You got that family, you got
Yep.
those kids,
Mhm.
and you feel if you pull away from it now, you're going to lose the momentum. What would you say to them?
Man, let me tell you something. That's a very, very, very good question, man. And the answer I hear in my head is this secret ingredient called pride.
Preach.
Pride.
Okay.
Because in the entertainment business where you're selling an image or you're selling a perception, and that's how you tie it to success, pride is so easy to get in the way. And most people don't realize that they're doing things out of pride, and that comes before a fall. So you may look successful, but you may be failing and you ain't adjusting your strategy to actually be successful because you got too much pride. You got too much pride. And so and everybody has some level of pride. But if you operate in pride and you don't say, well, let me humble myself enough to realize that now I'm crossing over into being irresponsible. My dream should never be irresponsible. Faith is not irresponsible. Faith is amazing, but you can be irresponsible. So for me, in my personal testimony, I took out a business line of credit because no label would sign me. So I said, I'm investing myself. I got good credit. I'm going to the bank. I'm going to the bank. These videos you see, these albums, this production, I'm banking on me.
Right.
But at some point, I said, if I spend one more penny on this, I would feel irresponsible. Right. And I stopped. And for a man like me, that's depression.
Yeah.
That's depression. And it's difficult for me to talk about it because I feel my skin tingling because I remember what that felt like, having to stop and say, if I spend $5 more grand, if I do this, if I pay for this, I'm now in the space where I can't even look myself in the face or look God in the face and say I'm being responsible. So I had to pull back and say, what am I going to do now? What's my new plan? Because I can't go to that space. I can never go to a space where I feel like I got to say, I'm just chasing my dream, but I'm actually being irresponsible because my pride is driving me as opposed to
AG. Just a split second here.
Yes,
I want people to understand what you just said. I've never heard those two words put together. Irresponsible dreams.
Right.
I gotta let that marinate, dog.
Yeah, let it marinate.
I gotta let that marinate. Because everybody listening to this show today, if you ain't got nothing out of this here, we all have had an irresponsible dream.
And I'll say this even further, man. Maybe an irresponsible approach to a dream. Right? Because to me, no dream itself is irresponsible because all dreams are irrational, irresponsible, impossible. That's by definition. But you can start making irresponsible decisions chasing
Boy.
that dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without a plan, without any type of strategy, without, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people say, well, I lived in my car. That's your choice. But was that the only thing you could do? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that the only path to your dream? And I never knock anybody's path to their dream.
Right.
I'm talking about my path, right? I'm talking about my path.
Right.
And I don't want my, I took some time off because I wanted to see my kids play their first year of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I shifted my business model to where I was at home on Saturdays. So a couple of years, people like, where you at, Alvin? Where you at? I'm at my kid's basketball game. I'm not posting that, but I'm there. She saw me there. I'm at track meets on the weekends, but I can afford to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so those were value shifts in me as my children got older and said, let me give them a couple of years where they see daddy there.
Mm-hmm.
So when I turn around and say, hey guys, I'm gonna be out of here for a minute. Okay. We know why you gone. We understand why you moving now because we know you would be here if you could be because you were there. We saw you there. And so that was something where I felt this is a responsible approach. I'm not giving up my dream. I'm just shifting my strategy to pursuing my dream and making sure that the people who matter to me know how much I love them and that there's not a breach there where I'm battling my dream versus my heart. You know what I mean?
And you saying something again, I got to take a moment to pause because he's some AG, I'm calling AG tip.
AG nuggets.
Yeah, AG nuggets. Let's do that. Value shifts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Value shifts. And you put certain words together because I don't want you to just run past this because people listen to this interview like, oh, that's great. I understand this. No. Impossible. Irresponsible dreams.
Mm-hmm. Value shifts.
Value shifts.
Hmm.
Those two things would change your life in your direction, your trajectory, if you understand this from this conversation we're having today.
Absolutely.
Because it would save you from the depression. It would save your family. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's why I want people to understand, right? Irresponsible dreams, value shifts. And you still can become Roll, Slide, Roll, Av, and Garrett.
Yes, sir.
Right? But he had to do those things before you could get here. So when you took that time off from your family, AG, do you think that made you more powerful? Do you think that made you, when I say more powerful with the pen, made you get your inspiration back? Or how did that happen?
Well, technically, like I say, I've never taken off time from family. You know what I mean? That's my number one commitment. Like I say, I was raised that way and to provide. And I'm not one of those people who are gonna have modern day debates about this kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
It is this is what I do.
Right.
You a Garrett, you ain't got to worry about no
You
bills.
good.
That's
the kids and the wife are gonna be okay.
You're gonna be straight.
Roof over the head and food on the head and clothes on the back.
That's the basics, right?
Yeah.
Everything else, I might be flawed. We're gonna pray for me, but
that right there, you ain't got to never
that's a
question.
non-negotiable.
Right.
And so, to me, that's my stable point. That's how I stay stable. And so, no, I'm not at everything, but I try. I try to make sure. Hey, do I pick the kids up? Do I take the kids to school?
Wow.
I try to be involved, knowing that, hey, you might be doing more management with the family, but you're not doing that at a deficit, right?
Right.
So that's where that teamwork comes in when you start saying roll, slide, rolling. It takes a team, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean you have a perfect team, doesn't mean you enjoy every aspect of being on the team, but the outcome, and I think a lot of times people go into relationships with unrealistic expectations for what those outcomes should be and what they feel is successful. And it may be romance, may be the thing that drives people, but that may not be the thing that keeps you roll, slide, rolling.
How I'm a man, single, right? Not looking for love, but if it comes, right? Not looking for that next marriage, but if it comes. From AG, the 5-pen writer, I never asked my friend this. I'm kind of embarrassed to even say it.
Don't be embarrassed. I'm with you, brother. I got you covered.
How do I talk to her?
With sincerity. With sincerity.
Meaning?
I'm going to break it down for you.
Okay.
When you talk, just talk with sincerity, meaning that you mean exactly what you're saying. You're not trying to persuade. You're not trying to, there's no propaganda with it. It's just, this is who I am and I mean it, right? And at that point, that person has the fair opportunity to take you as you are, and you have a fair opportunity to change and evolve at your own pace. Right? Because if I'm persuading you, and we brothers, we know how to persuade.
Yeah. That's what I'm asking,
we can be persuasive.
Yeah, no. Open your shirt up, put on a little tight
we
shirt,
can be
throw some
persuasive.
glasses on. Yeah, no.
But I tell you, I'm no star at home. I'm not the Alvin Garrett at home. I'm daddy. Hey. I'm just a regular dude.
Wait a minute, you said yeah. Hey.
I'm just hey.
Hey.
Can you run the walk? I'm just a regular. I don't bring that because I understand that. Hey, this is who I am. You got it. Like I didn't persuade you to believe that you should be with me because of some perception of what's going on out here. So in that relationship building process, this is me. Mm-hmm. I'm quirky. When I'm working, I don't like to be bothered. I might go 14 hours without even coming up for air. I might not even eat when I'm in a zone. Leave me alone. Mm-hmm. But you know that. Yeah. So when I say sincerity, that also was in line with honesty, being honest with yourself. Like, this is what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? And you don't like that, or if you feel like you got to fix me, then I might not be the person.
I'm not for you.
I might not be for you, but then you be sincere with me too. Mm-hmm. So that my choice is based off of who you really are and not based off of your persuasion.
Right.
Don't persuade me because you think I'm good or I'm a rock solid man. Don't persuade me because you can't keep that up for a long period of time. The real you gonna show up, and that's what I want.
I like that. No, because what you're saying is when you talk to her, right? She's also talking to you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think if people go out and buy your new project, I think you got some nuggets. I haven't listened to it, but now that I understand this is a whole project, because I just looked at the song, I'm not gonna lie. I got to get the song now.
The project's not out yet.
It's not out.
It's not out yet. Okay. It's coming later.
Oh,
this
I got
fall.
the exclusive today.
Oh, you're getting the exclusive that is coming. Absolutely.
Okay, because I'm finna go get this.
And I might have to give you an advance copy so you can listen to it and tell the people to be ready.
Because you already know I'm gonna do it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And maybe we should have a conversation listening party where we just present the album and then break it down.
Whatever you want to do, big dog. You know what I'm saying? My house is your house. Me casa, tu casa.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? We do what we got to do on that. But this project coming out, man, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Because men like myself, I'm at a stage now that I am unapologetic. I do tell you what it is, right?
Right.
But I think listening just to the one thing that I took away from this here, and I hope men taking this away, is the responsibility that we have as men. Mm-hmm. We take it for granted that I'm a leader, I'm a provider, I'm a protector. And when I can't do it, don't worry about it, I'll figure it out. Right. Without communicating that thoroughly to the woman. Mm-hmm. And I'm guilty, very guilty of that part of it. Mm-hmm. Because did I always figure it out? Yes. Most times, I'm gonna say 95% of the time I did figure it out. But here's the thing, AG. I think as men, let's be frank with you on this. We don't realize the damage we do to that woman.
That's right.
When we're trying to figure it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when we figure it out, it's enough to do what needs to be done, but we don't repair the damage that we did to her.
Right.
We expect her to understand that that's done now. Now leave me alone so I can go back and doing this. Mm-hmm. And you didn't realize that you broke her.
Right.
And she needed some repairing too. And you expect her to just pick back up because she's supposed to love you no matter what. And as I'm talking to you, big dog, thank you, number one, for this conversation today. I didn't slide roll in my marriages, bro. I slid. You know what I'm saying?
You got me with that one.
But let me make sure that's clear. I did not cheat. That slide didn't mean cheat.
But he was slide.
But I slid. I was all around the place, bro. Bro, that rear end was wobbly, boy.
Right.
It was something bad. And I think now that as I'm getting more mature, and I'm a man now.
Right.
I can take responsibility for what I did wrong. I can take responsibility in saying, that as a man, there are things I could have done better, and I must do better to become a better man.
Yes, sir.
It's very rare that men can sit down and have this conversation.
Right.
And it's very rare that somebody can sit down and have a conversation over a new song release.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I love how we was able to tie in love, relationship, responsibility, and then it ends up with roll, slide, roll.
Absolutely.
Because when you say step it to the was it to the right side?
Yeah. Love it when you step right.
Love it when you step right.
So what am I saying right there?
Talk to me.
I love when you come at me correctly.
Okay, so love when you step right. Okay.
So
okay.
the movement is step right.
Okay.
But what am I saying poetically? I love when you come at me correctly, respectfully.
Okay.
Bring it back with a love slide.
Okay.
When we deal with each other respectfully, we can do some love sliding, if you feel what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm digging deep on the on the
okay, keep going.
But like you say, then we roll, slide, roll. Like you say, it's talking about how we move, how we make decisions, how we deal with life together. It's all tied in there into the meaning of the song. That's in the DNA of the record. So, everything we talked about, I know we didn't plan for this, but it's perfect for me to share what the song is really about as people listen to it. If they're in the car, whatever, and they say, yo, I love the song. Of course I'm going to dance. We going to do the roll, slide, roll.
Yeah.
But most songs that's got people stepping ain't necessarily got a meaning or got anything other than just what
you're having
fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, just fun.
Yeah.
And that's cool because this is a fun record.
Yeah.
But also my brand is I like to be a little bit more introspective. You see what I'm saying? And so I really enjoyed the opportunity to talk about it on that level.
And I'm happy that you came off the road to be able to talk to your boy and make some time for me. But I want couples when you guys are watching this show today. Number one, go get this song Roll Side Roll. It's out on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your music from. Go download it. It's Alvin Garrett. He's in the building with me. He sat down for the coffee and conversation. But make sure you get the record, the single today. What I want you guys to do is get the single, hit me up on my social media, let me know that you got it. Listen to the words before you try to do the doggone dance. I want you to tell me, okay, what you think about the words and what those words mean to you.
Yeah.
And then tag me, Joe Lockett, tag Alvin Garrett, right?
Yeah.
And let us see your slide. What we're going to call it?
The roll
slide challenge.
Hashtag roll slide.
Hashtag roll slide roll.
Yes, sir.
We want to see you guys do the roll slide roll. And I really want couples to do it. If you got a new boyfriend, whatever, right? Get them in that roll slide. I want to challenge people to do this slide.
You like that slide?
Yeah, because the slide is tricky. Because I got there like, then you got the slide back. You got to teach me that, bro.
Yeah, we got to get the slide right. Get your slide right.
Slide right. Where did the dance come from?
You know what? Drea Kelly, she choreographed the dance. Drea Kelly.
So Drea Kelly actually came up with the dance?
Yeah.
Because I seen you dancing with her. I just thought you brought it into your video.
She choreographed the dance. Listen, full disclaimer. I'm a writer, I'm a singer, but I am not a dancer. So I was like, hey, I was thinking about, okay, this is a Steppers record.
Okay.
But how am I going to get something out here? So I was thinking, should I let the people come up with an idea and submit it? And one of my team members like, hey, I know Drea Kelly. She can do it. I'm like, who's Drea Kelly? Full disclosure, I didn't know. I don't watch reality TV like that. Right. But once I found out, I was like, okay, that sounds like a great idea, right, for me. So that was really cool, though, that Drea Kelly, she loved the song. And she was like, oh, my God, I want to do this. And so the energy you see in all of the clips, we have YouTube, you can see that she's taking this record and this dance and made it her own. Like, it wasn't just like, hey, you paying me to do something. It was, I love this song and how it makes me feel. She's like, I can see people skating with this. So that's a blessing too, that when you're working with people and collaborating, that they find their own place in the movement of what you're doing. So anytime, people are doing the roll, slide, roll, I got to shout Drea Kelly out because she came up with it. Now, in full disclosure,
okay,
I just do the chorus part because the whole dance is a little too complicated for me.
It's more to the dance?
It's more to the dance, right? So for people who love challenging dances like that Tamia stuff, you can go to my YouTube page and watch the whole dance. But if they watching me and Joe Lockett, we gonna do the hook. We gonna do the roll slide.
That's all we doing, bro.
That's all we doing. We're gonna keep it simple.
Okay, so can you explain this to me? Because I heard you say something, stepping.
Yeah.
It's a stepper song.
Yeah.
What is the difference between a stepping song and a line dance song?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not an authority on that, and that I do not know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not a dancer. I'm not dug into the culture.
Right.
All I know is what I've been hearing, and people are saying, yo, this is like a marriage between the line dance, that Southern vibe with the Chicago stepping vibe.
Okay.
So they're hearing
Mhm.
an influence. It doesn't sound totally Southern soul,
Mhm.
but it doesn't sound totally Chicago. And so it's a blend of it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So I got that Southern swag, but if you listen to the music, the production sounds Northern in a sense. So
Right,
it's a blend. And so I like that people are hearing something different when they hear the music. You know what I mean? But I don't know much about.
Is this your first, like, you've done a lot of upbeat songs?
Yeah, this is the first one that
This
has
is the
a
first
dance.
that a dance to it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my first time.
I think it was one song when your first album that you came out, and you talking about being an entrepreneur. I can't think of the name of the song. It's one of my favorite songs. Um, you're talking about getting your the airplane, the G7.
Oh, you're talking about Never Gonna Change.
Never Gonna Change.
Yeah, no slide to Never Gonna Change.
No. But that's an upbeat song.
Oh, yeah.
When I first met you, you were just coming out with that album.
Yeah.
Right. That song is still one of my motivational songs. Never Gonna Change. Right. If I have a bad day or whatever, I put that. People don't know that song, but I know that song.
I'm gonna tell them where to go listen. Okay. On the Expose Yourself album, which was my first album, 2012. Last song on the album was called Never Gonna Change. When I start to blow up and everybody comes around because they want to be down, I'm never gonna change. Come on.
That song, man, was when I just started my radio show. And I said, I'm going to blow up, but I said I would never change.
That's right.
I always wanted to stay who I was. I always wanted to be Joe Lockett, right? And you came out with that song. And that song just hyped my ego up because, like you said, I'm getting on my G7 and I'm doing all this other stuff. And it's the high life. But you like, I'm never going to change. Y'all listen to the song, depending on where you are in that space that I was in at that time. I always listen to that song to keep myself humble.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was your first song that you ever did. So one of your songs is actually one of the songs that keep me going, but also keep me inspired because it makes me remember like when nobody knew who Joe Lockett was. Right.
Right.
And there was no Lockett in. None of that stuff. Right.
Right.
How did I get here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You and me, people don't know this. Some boy who they probably watch some of my interviews, but how did we meet? We met at a fashion show.
We did.
You was a judge and I was a judge. I had no idea who the hell you was. And you had no idea who the hell I was, right?
That's right. That's right.
I was excited because I was sitting there next to someone because I'm sitting there, you the judge, right? This is the honest God truth, America. I'm sitting there next to this guy, right? Hey, how you doing? He knew who he was. I'm Alvin Garrett. I'm like, okay, I'm Joe Lockett. Right? They say, we sitting there, right? And the lady comes out on stage. She said, we have the one and only nominated Grammy artist, Alvin Garrett. And he comes up on the stage and sing, right? I'm sitting like, is that you? He just gets up and goes on stage and blows it away, right? Now I'm fan struck, right? Starstruck, right? I'm like, oh, what's up, Alvin Garrett, right? He still played it cool, right? You know, hey man, appreciate it, man. Blah blah blah. We did. I forgot what fashion show we were doing, being a judge at. But I got your number, and you said if you ever need anything, and you never changed. That's who you were then, right? You knew who you was and what you was about to be, but that's who you was. And then I think maybe a year later, I came up with the idea of the Joe Lockett Show, right? And then back then I'm like, every talk show has a theme song. I have no show. Remember? Yeah, I have no show. I just had a concept.
There you go.
I had a concept.
You did. Exactly.
I had a concept, and you can tell them from there if you want to.
And when you told me about the concept, I said, "What's the name of your show?" You was like, "I don't have a name." I said, "No, brother, you already got the perfect name." Yeah. He's like, "What you mean?" I said, "Lock it in." I said, "Lock it in." I said, "That's what people do on the radio. Lock it in to the Joe Lockett Show." He was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "That's you." I said, "You already got the name of your show." And that's how it happened.
That's how it happened.
And I said, "Oh, I can give you a theme song. Lock it in, lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in." So it started from, like you say, me being true to what I said is, if you need me, holler at me, but you call me with a concept. And when I have a concept, I can build anything. That's how I look at it. And so, man, to know that I've met a person at the forefront of their dream, bro, that I played a small role in something that was already in you, man, that's so rewarding. And so I am so excited that you not only listened to me, but you ran with it. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of people I'll do that for, and they won't do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
I give them a concept or I give them an idea, and you never see or hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're one of those people who actually took that advice and that inspiration and made it your own and gave some life to it. And that's why I have to shout out my guy, Michael Lee, for this song, Clap My Way, that's up for Song of the Year. He was the same way. This was his testimony, personal.
Right.
And I came up with the song, but he had to be the one to get out there and travel all over the country singing the song because he's an independent artist. And here it is, without the person, you believing in the dream enough to hustle and run after it, what good is a concept and an idea?
I heard for real doing the interview, what's the guy with the long beard, the white guy? He's a songwriter.
I don't know.
He's behind the scenes.
Rick Rubin or somebody, maybe?
Maybe Rick Rubin. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him and Pharrell was doing the interview.
Okay.
And it just alluded to what you just said. Now, actually, I was listening to this morning when I was working out. He said that the songs that he's written, right, he's getting credit for over the years, but those songs wouldn't have been nothing without the person if they didn't use, he's out in so billions of stream, things, but the person who sung my words is actually who brought my stuff to life. So he asked Rick, he said, imagine our songs. I think Rick did 99 Problems for Jay-Z. I think it was. But he said, imagine that song without Jay-Z. You wrote it, but imagine my songs without the person who sung them.
That's right.
Would they have done what they have done?
Correct.
They said, I get the credit for a lot of the stuff that it was just somebody who believed in it, but they took it and they put the work behind.
That's right.
And I wrote for them and they understood it and they put the work in. Basically, what he was saying is somebody can give you all the greatest ideas in the world, right? But if you don't put that work in behind the idea, you can't expect, because you're a Grammy nominated songwriter up for the best song of the year, because you gave me something that is going to hit. Absolutely. If you ain't that person to make it hit,
it's just going to sit right there.
It's going to sit right there.
Come on, man. Now I'm going to put a little something in your cup. That was the word right there.
But that's
that was
so
a whole
true.
Word. Yes,
that is so true, man. I hope people that's watching this show today, man, when you roll, slide, roll, and you're going out, downloading for Alvin Garrett, go out there, Spotify, all that good stuff. Don't play with me. Go download the song right now. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
While we talking, I know the interview is good. I know it's good.
Roll.
And I know it's good, y'all. But Alvin Garrett, go download it. Go to Spotify. If you go to the Apple Store, go get the roll, slide, roll. Okay, yes. Download it right now. But hopefully, you guys have gotten some really great nuggets. Not just to learn a great step in line dance, right? But some nuggets about building your relationship, men, for us to be better. Entrepreneurship, if you're in tough places, right? You too can become a Grammy nominated for whatever you want to be nominated for. He's nominated for Song of the Year. But understand where he started from to where God took him to. God does that for everybody. But you got to understand the work part that he had to do. Yes. Right? To get there. This is what this conversation of coffee was all about today. It's about you. It wasn't about us.
Right.
It takes a lot for someone to come sit in the chair and holler at your boy, right? And put their story on the line, and tell me about it. And I appreciate that so much. But I want you guys, thank you for making me one of the number one shows out there where you, on Wednesdays, you want to holler at your boy. But hopefully, I want you guys to always take a gem away from our shows. Famous people come by and holler at your boy and tell me their stories, but they always tell me something they never said before. Mm-hmm. They always dig in a little bit deeper. They never know. We don't do any preliminary stuff. I don't say any questions. We just have a conversation. And my friends trust me enough. And I thank y'all for that. And all my other guests that are coming and have come. I appreciate you so much for trusting me over the years. And that's how I have evolved and become whatever y'all want to call me at this point. Right?
Like it.
Hey, but I'm never going to change.
Yes.
Hey, man, I want to tell you, man, so much. Is there anything else before we go out here and do this dance today? Anything else you want to put out to the people where they can find you, next project, next show? Talk to them, man.
Absolutely, man. Go to alvingarrett.com. Leave your email when you go on the website. Leave your email. I'm trying to keep it old school. But follow me on social media as well. That's all of them. That's the Alvin Garrett. THE Alvin Garrett. Because my daddy named Alvin Garrett. Okay. And I don't want y'all following him. No, I'm just kidding. Follow him if you want a good word on Sunday. But follow me if you want to roll, slide, roll. That's right.
All right, do me a favor, y'all. If y'all enjoyed this interview, drop 2 thumbs up, right, and put a cup of coffee on there for me. If you guys enjoyed this interview, if you want any more interviews like this, man, get in my inbox and let me know what you guys want. Who would you guys like to have me have coffee and conversation with? Put it out there. Let me know. But y'all know how we do it, man. Let's go ahead and clink them cups together. You got that cup over there, big dog.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
the conversation
Yes, sir.
today, bro.
Appreciate you, my brother.
All right, y'all. We about to get ready to get up out of here, do a little promo, and I'm finna get it. We'll post a video a little bit later, but we finna roll. I'm finna seeking a little roll, slide roll. But thank y'all so much for locking in with your boy. Thank Alvin Garrett and his team for getting you here today. I appreciate you,
Yes,
man,
sir.
so much. From locking in me to Filter Coffee Parlor, baby. We love you. Have a good one. See you next week.
Peace.